time. It's go time.
Giannis in control of the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Waiters. That's off the side of the rim, short. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Batum. Giannis Antetokounmpo snatching it out of the air. Possession lies with Golden State. Waiters to Collison. Lets it fly from long range. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
To Valanciunas. The pass set it all up.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Beverly into the front court. Leads 3. Here comes the screen. Giannis Antetokounmpo able to recover with the block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Nick Batum. New blood coming in for both sides. Giannis with it up top. He'll run the offense.
You got it. You got it.
Rubio to Antetokounmpo. Here comes the screen. Throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Come on, man. We can't turn that ball over.
Got it from the line. Lee. Shot from the lane won't go. To Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Spurs in possession. Beverly. From the painted area, won't go down. Here's Rubio up top. Tie game, third quarter. To Antetokounmpo. Oh, he had him there for a second. Rubio. To Rudy Gay. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
To Lee. To Beverly. And a throwdown.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Beverly. To Lee. to Beverly. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively to finish these type of plays to win this game.
Rubio to Adetokunbo. Down to Young. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
And the finish, slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Rubio. To Lee. Beverly to Lee. And the rebound grabbed by the Warriors. Warriors have the basketball. To Rubio. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Down low to Okafor. Able to convert inside.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Rubio to Young.
Oh, you got him. Get busy. Get busy. Oh, you busy.
Adetokunbo to Rubio. Jared Allen with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Ricky Rubio. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Can't connect from in close. To Young. Adetokunbo. To Rubio. Off the assist.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit is 6. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Beverly into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Warriors with the lead. The Warriors with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
The Spurs have the board. Beverly into the front court. Down 8. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Young. Collison. Terrific vision. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Golden State at the controls. Collison, now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Beverly to Lee. Thaddeus Young tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Collison into the front court. Up 6. Oh, Courtney Lee. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Young. Rudy Gay. Down to Young. Jared Allen sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Beverly into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Scores from the post.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Young. Collison. Beverly. Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line, because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Rudy Gay. And a nice finish at the rim. Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
I got him.
Beverly. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Right.
Waiters to Adetokunbo. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Beverly into the front court. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Adetokunbo to Valanciunas. Swings it. Valanciunas to Adetokunbo. Count the basket at the rim.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Big kick right there.
Lee. Oh, big finish at the rim.
You see, Ed, that's the problem. When you have guys on the perimeter that can shoot the basketball defensively, you're taught to hedge at the driver and then stay home, which leaves the lane wide open for great jams like that.
Giannis Antetokounmpo rejects it. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Here's Rubio into the front court. Leads one. To Antetokounmpo. Screen coming. Curling inside to Valanciunas. Waiters knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Make the next one.
To Antetokounmpo. Cruises inside for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
It's Golden State basketball. Waiters to Rudy Gay. Great dish to set it up. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Waiters to Valanciunas. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Beverly. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Back up. Here he comes. I got him.
Beal. Oh, defender pulls the chair.
Come out here. Here you go. Yeah.
Rubio to Rudy Gay.
Double.
Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs. To Beverly. To Beal. Beverly. Missed it.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Rubio. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. Beal. Short jumper misses. To Adetokunbo. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Jonas Valanciunas with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Rudy Gay to Waiters. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Beverly into the front court. 14-point deficit. For three, never dare Patrick Beverly. Hits a wide open three.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Adetokunbo. Oh, had him going there for a second. Got it.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Jonas Valanciunas, huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Rudy Gay at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Rubio to Rudy Gay. Adetokunbo to Rudy Gay. Runner here won't go down. Batum to Beal. Batum to Beal. And the basket good at the rim.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Giannis in control of the basketball. They lead it by 14. Waiters. Great feed. Sets it up to Adetokunbo. Tough make through traffic.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Adetokunbo to Waiters. Adetokunbo. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Batum to Beal. Jonas Valanciunas pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Adetokunbo to Valanciunas. Count it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Giannis grabs the board.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors were solid in today's victory, and some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Golden State Warriors.
Player of the game.
Antetokounmpo gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking. Here are the top plays.
Number 2.
Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the San Antonio Spurs. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.